inhabitants worship silence. Only those who possess a strong will and a pure heart can survive. They are only spiritual presence. This is the sound of heart.
All right. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the map grand finals. I believe this is the lower grand finals of map. My name is Gami Criolla. Joining me in the commentary booth is the ever lovely Creep Crafting. Creep Crafting, how you doing? Creep Crafting, how you doing?
I'm doing good. It's wildly exciting to be able to commentate one of these matches, and we've been looking forward to both these teams participating. I believe they played in a semifinals match a couple of rounds ago.
Oh,
But
really? Oh,
yeah.
yeah. Wait, you're right.
So it's gonna be very exciting to see how these teams fare off against in this grand finals pool, this pool is very difficult.
I definitely agree. This is a grand finals pool, pretty demon to say the very least. So yeah, gonna be excited to see these two teams being put to the test on this map, on this pool. Pardon me. But if you don't mind, could we just real quick switch over to the team screen just so that we can see the two teams that we are dealing with today? Oh, okay. Well, I'll just pull out the team sheet. Whoops, my bad, gangsters.
Yeah, so
go
on
for
the
it.
side of O slash, right now we have Warren, Sosadov, Alexia, and Yellow, and we have additional players on their team being Vastmeat, Elixir, Errands, and Stevie Doss. And on XIAO Hong Shu, we have Argyle, Beancurd, who's not able to make it today, unfortunately. Flare Drake, Garville, LSC, Xlike, Zerv, and Ainkit. So it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out, because how that semi-finals match went was Beancurd was also not there. So we'll see if XIAO Hong Shu are going to be able to do well without them today.
Yeah, 100%. I think losing Beancurd is definitely a big hit to XIAO Hong Shu. Beancurd, one of the best players in the tournament, full stop, especially when it comes to the hidden and control. So overall, I think this will be an uphill battle for XIAO Hong Shu, to say the very least. But I think going into this match, XIAO Hong Shu definitely has a lot stronger players when it comes to their individual carries. So yeah, I'm gonna be excited to see how this plays out.
Absolutely. And as we're finishing with our first warm-up, I believe, we will get to see the entirety of the pool that we have to offer today.
Yep. I mean, what's interesting about this pool? I think a few standout maps, in my opinion. I think the whole the Nomod 6 of this pool is very interesting. It is Detox Unit Expand. CS9 definitely a very weird and unorthodox skill set for a lot of these players. So I'll be interested to see how whether that gets interacted with at all. Some other maps that I really enjoy is, you know, PUP Scorpion, Pishy Fat, known for their incredible detail when it comes to mapping, and overall the mapping, I mean the movement on the Mod 3 is extremely fun and engaging. Uh, Not to mention, of course, our two Kendrick Lamar songs in the pool. I mean, you can already expect what's to come from them. James Jam and Scap Domino maps are just overall very well known for their visuals and, you know, movement and rhythm choice. I believe that's what Spawny told me to say. Another map that I also really am excited to see is Fremont 1, Rex Orange County. So far, so good. TikTok song, I know, but then again, the way that, you know, Morph uses their patterns, especially in the slow sections of the map, is something that I really am inspired by, and it looks extremely fun, especially when I was doing the replays for this round. So yeah, overall, a lot of good maps in this pool, a lot of solid maps in this pool. Maybe not the best songs, GG MEP, but with that said, definitely looking forward to this match. But Creep, what about you? What are you personally looking forward to see?
I don't know. I'm looking forward to seeing that Hard Rock 2, the custom map that we have by Scub Domino. It's a precision map. It's kind of weird. I wasn't able to get a good score on it, but it'd be very nice to see a custom being played this round. And I did the replay on DT1. Man, it is fun to play. It is just so hard, though.
Yeah,
that is not 5.9 stars. That is way higher than 5.9 stars.
Something. The difficulty of this map is something.
Yeah, being the only map above AR10 as well is AR9 or 8.9 base, but with the DT mult that does go up to AR 10.3. So by far the highest AR map in the pool, I think across the entire tournament, and also the highest OD map as well.
Really? Wait, this is DT1?
Yeah, this is DT1. AR 10.3, OD 10.1. The consistency honestly isn't too bad for accuracy. It's pretty comfortable to get 95, potentially be 96. But the AR and being able to hit the aim patterns are definitely the biggest difficulties, as we see Flare taking flashlight on a warm-up pick.
Okay, you love to see it. But yeah, these two teams are incredibly stacked, to say the very least. I think gonna take a quick micromanaging look at the teams that we have. On the side of XIAO Hong Shu, undisputably probably the best team in this tournament overall. I think going into this match, however, they will definitely find themselves having that hidden weakness. As you can see, with the hit of Bean Kurt to the team, they lose a core hitter when it comes to hidden. And although you have, you know, Fladrick, LSC, who are your go-to hidden specialists, alongside Argelian, who is just overall a very strong all-rounder, they really get 4-player syndrome pretty hard on the hidden, on all of the hiddens, in fact. But meanwhile, on the side of O/Slash, you know, the question is, will they really be able to take advantage of this hidden weakness? I mean, they seem to be having some 4th-player issues themselves on hidden. You have Fuarin and Lunexia, who are strong on their hiddens, you know, hidden preference players. But then again, you don't really have your players on hidden who, you know, can really perform and shine bright, like, you know, in similar fashion to, say, Fladrick or LSC. Especially given how a lot of their players are relatively new. I mean, Sosadov is by no means new, but they've just only recently made their splash on the 6-digit scene. Elixir and Aaron XZ, or Aronium Chloride, themselves, I believe, are newer players, all things considered. And although they do have their veterans in Good Go, Kividos, and Vasmi from the previous era of 6 digit, once again, it definitely looks like when it at least comes to this SR, or at least at this SR, they might struggle in a few places to find that 4th player.
Yeah, and we are going to be seeing the roles and the protects phase. We're going to be seeing Hard Rock 1 favoring the side of O Slash. They have a really strong Hard Rock roster for them, so it makes sense to keep the Hard Rock 1 for them. Now we're waiting what XIAO Hong Shu's protect is going to be. Potentially a DT. They're very good on the DT mechanics side.
Yeah, definitely. I think, especially going to O Slash, I think they as a team are definitely more aim favored as compared to XIAO Hong Shu overall. I mean, Fladrake, like overall, on the side of XIAO Hong Shu, they do have their aim specialists in RSI Man and Garville, but I think the strength in O Slash definitely lies in aim. Is it going to be enough necessarily to topple XIAO Hong Shu? Maybe, especially with the lack of Beankurt being present in this match, or the lack of Beankurt's presence in this match. But yeah, it's definitely going to be an uphill battle for them, I think. So let's just wait and see what we're gonna. Let's just wait and take a closer look as to what is happening on the ground.
The DT2, the pure speed pick being protected by XIAO Hong Shu, which also makes sense. It's just a very mechanics oriented pick. And the Hidden 2 and the Hard Rock 3s, respectively, by both teams banned out.
Yeah,
So,
and right here you can right straight off the bat identify a sort of contrast in these two teams. You can see a Hard Rock 1 protect from O Slash, and meanwhile you can see a DC2 protect coming in from XIAO Hong Shu. So both these maps pretty mechanics heavy, but they are definitely on opposite sides of the skill set spectrum. You have the aim on Hard Rock 1 as well as the tapping on DT2. So yeah, O Slash once again definitely going to be the more aim favored team when it comes down to it. Meanwhile, XIAO Hong Shu gonna be more tapping favored, and definitely can see that being the case with Argelian, with players like Garville, with Ainkek as well, just being solid tapping players, as well as O Slash just generally not being too well known for their tapping. I mean, famously, one of their carries, Good Go, Fuarin, Lenexia, famously not too comfortable when it comes to just mechanics tapping overall. Meanwhile, we're gonna see Hidden 2 ban coming in from O Slash. Understandably so, they probably just don't want to play around with gimmick, especially when you have XIAO Hong Shu's LSC and Flare Drake. But meanwhile, XIAO Hong Shu going for the Hard Rock 3 ban, and understandably so, because I mean, O Slash protecting Hard Rock 1, the Hard Rock 3 just seems like a natural progression of that.
yeah, absolutely. So now I'm really curious what first picks are gonna be, because right, you have plenty of options to choose from here. Right, you could first send the Nomad 2, or the Nomad 5, just play into that speed a little bit. Or you could try and gamble a little bit elsewhere, but potentially like the free mod 3 potentially.
Yeah, at least in the early game, we're gonna have these teams will definitely have a lot of outlets to abuse from. But yeah, I'll be interested to see how this plays out. Hopefully, with both of the protects and bans coming in, we should be off to the races with this first pick very, very soon.
Yeah, and as we are awaiting the first pick, just a reminder, Beankerd is not going to be here, so we're very likely going to be seeing an avoidance of hiddens. But Fremonts are still an option here. I think you have enough hidden fills in order to get a decent score on the Fremods. I think the hiddens are gonna be stayed away from it. Nomad 2 is gonna be the first pick. It's gonna be Vice Shorts by Sayura.
Ooh, okay, Vice Shorts by Silvari. Believe this is your standard No Mod 2 map. I mean, Arc 4 No Mod 2. Some flow, some stamina. Just the full package, honestly.
And looks like Nexia is not enjoying this pick, apparently.
Yeah, I think the skill cap's really coming to hit O-Slash. I think O-Slash as a team, very, very dominant on low SR, just overall very consistent across the board. But when it comes to the SR scaling, when it comes to the highest of SRs of this tournament, especially given how hard and difficult this pool is, O-Slash definitely seems to fall a bit short when it comes down to it.
Yeah, both teams starting to fill up. We're gonna be seeing our standard Nomad 2 roster on the side of XIAO Hong Shu. And waiting for a fourth on O-Slash. Likely you're gonna potentially be seeing Lenexia in on this. It's a good consistency player for them. Yep, and there we see our teams for the first map in the losers grand.
Yeah, that's right. Hopefully we should kickstart the match very, very soon. We're really just waiting on the players to ready up. Taking their own sweet time. I love 6-digit.
Streaming.
Alright, and we are getting started. First map, Nomad 2.
That's right, this No More 2 once again is your standard No More 2. A bit of flow aim, a bit of stamina. Really the full package. This map comes in at 191 BPM, so, you know, pretty standard for the SR. And overall, it's going to be about these really, really long and stamina-intensive bursts. Right off the bat, we see misses from Fuarvin and Sosodov immediately claim the 2 FCs on the side of O-Slash alongside Elixir as well. I mean, it is just a 2-to-1 FC, as I say that. RSI Man and Argilium both find misses, but the accuracy is really playing in favor of XIAO Hong Shu right now. Maybe not on the side of Argilian or RSI Man, but definitely on the side of XI and Garville, they are having a pretty good time on this map. The Nexia is doing a very good job matching the FCs, however. Given how this map is very short, we see a miss from one of the FCs from XIAO Hong Shu. We might see the scoreline shift, and XI finds that miss. That is the opportunity they need. But they need more than that in order for the scoreline to shift over, especially given how their team is just not providing the Nexia with the support they need.
Yeah, the Nexia's accuracy is really holding that score lead right now, and if you ever able to recover, then that could open up a chance. Argalium finding another miss in that long stream section.
Yep, Glaucia doing what Glaucia does best, getting 80% ag despite holding that FC. The combo game is unreal from Glaucia, and that's really what's keeping that scoreline comfortably in XIAO Hong Shu's favor. Not to mention RSI Man's very, very good combo, good recovery combo. Albeit not the best accuracy in the world, but that really does not matter, especially when the support from O-Slash is really just non-existent at this point. And yeah, that is probably going to be the map.
Yep, and we see
a very impressive FC from the Nexia and Glaucia, yeah. Very solid stuff from both players, from both FCs. The Nexia being the standout player with the highest score in the lobby. And yeah, that is going to be the first pick, a very decisive first point for XIAO Hong Shu. And understandably so. Usually that's how you want your first picks to go, you know, get that consistent point on the board.
Instant picking the free mod 1. Very interesting. Playing in more into the aim, which definitely does make sense.
I am so excited to see this free mod 1 being played. I don't know about you, creep crafting. When I saw this in the pooling channel or the pooling sheet, I instantly fell in love. I mean, the patterning in this map is just so incredibly emotional. It really gives me it's kind of stupid, but I honestly get chills playing like the main KI of this. It's incredible. I love it. And this song itself is just a very it's a very melancholic song. It feels really good to play.
Alright, so we're gonna be waiting on Yellow to return, and there she is. So I think pretty standard free mod rosters from both of them, from both teams.
Yeah, I
Releasing
definitely
Lenexi on the hidden instead of Warren.
Oh,
definitely.
You think that we'll see the?
No, Lenexia is currently in the lobby, and it looks like Golux are coming out. So Lenexia is going to be in on the hidden, with Sosidov going to be taking no mod. And
it's really interesting. I kind of expected Foreign to take the reins on the hidden, but yep, the map is starting out, and let's look and see what they have for us. It looks like we're gonna see a no mod from Sosidov, Hard Rock from Yellow, obviously. And then meanwhile, we're going to see the hiddens from Ammonium Chloride and Lenexia. Meanwhile, on the other side, we're seeing the expected mod combis. Flare on the hidden, Glau on the Hard Rock, RSI Man on the hidden Hard Rock preference. And of course, Argelian on that consistent no mod anchor. This is a pretty consistent map. I think in the KIs, it does get a bit easier. I mean, funnily enough, like in the Melody, it gets easier with the big jumps. But it's in these jumps that are very easy to ship miss. RSI Man and Sosidov gonna be the first ones to find misses. But it is still smooth sailing, all things considered. 3 FCs to 3. And we're getting into the next wide angle jumps. Ammonium Chloride finds the next miss. The Flow Aim comes in. Good Go finds that miss on Hard Rock. And now it is a 3-way FC on the side of XIAO Hong Shu in comparison to the Nexia's 1. And we're getting into the Melody, the iconic section of the map.
Yeah, very strong intro from XIAO Hong Shu, still holding the combos, and especially still holding that no mod FC from Argalian. Very reliable player when it comes to these free mod picks. You definitely want to have a strong, like a strong anchor player on the side of XIAO Hong Shu. But does find that miss though, right there. So now it's 2 FCs to 1. With some decent recovery combo coming back on the side of O slash.
Yeah, but very well saved.
Let's get traded though.
We get into the slider sections of the map, and now it is still that 2-way FC on the side of Frederick and Glau. I mean, Lenexia once again being the sole FC for their team, but really not able to contest against the dual effort of Frederick and Garville in the last quarter of the map. As you get into the last quarter of the map, the time or the window of opportunity for a comeback from O-Stash is getting slimmer and slimmer. I mean, it's already a 400k score difference, and I think this will be a clear victory from XIAO Hong Shu.
Yeah, no more combo on the side of O-Slash. Lenexia is still holding the full combo, which is gonna be very encouraging for him.
Yep, definitely. The last set of aim sections come in, and we in fact see a two-way FC across the board from Lenexia and Flare Drake, both on the hiddens. Very good scores from both of them. Flare Drake with that insane 976k score. Not to mention Glacier has very solid score on Hard Rock. This map is no slouch on Hard Rock whatsoever. So yeah, definitely a good performance as well. Glacier, in fact, I think Glacier and LSC, I think, both being part of the Malaysian 5-digit World Cup minor league B team, I think.
Oh,
So yeah, definitely plays that definitely explains why they are incredibly scary in this match. I mean, the duo of LSC and Glaucia just makes a very, very well-rounded core. You have, LSC on the control, LSC on the hidden. Meanwhile, you have Glaucia on the mechanics and hard rock. Overall, they just make a very, very good duo, and that's why I mean they have a lot of experience playing with each other as well.
absolutely. And with that, that's going to be a break point for XIAO Hong Shu. So we could see potentially some more gambly picks. Maybe pick into more free mods, considering you just won that free mod, or maybe you try going for the no mod one. Go for just pure aim, right? You know that Lenexia is doing really well, so it's gonna be definitely potentially seeing that. But does go for a free mod too, bring out the more gimmicky players out, Elixir, and I don't know who the gimmick player on XIAO Hong Shu is, but looks like
XIAO
Elixir is gonna be
Hong Shu
bringing
probably gonna be either LSC or Fledrick, if I had to guess.
that makes sense.
Yeah, that's right.
But this is not your order, or oh wait, no, this is not the hidden 2. Okay, so I mixed this up with hidden 2 because hidden 2 is 230 BPM for whatever reason. This one is back to a normal BPM, 182.
Oh, okay. That'll be interesting to see.
Unfortunately, hidden 2 is banned, so we will not be seeing a 230 BPM hidden 2 in here.
Oh man. It'll be how it is though. But yeah, I'm pretty interested to see how this map goes. I mean, Bird Sprite, a pretty well-known map, I believe. I think I've seen it here and there around in some tournaments. This is a 182 BPM standard anti-mod CS5 AR8. Just across the board, standard map stats. I believe the mapping style of this map is very circular in nature. This is a 2012 map, I believe.
Oh
so
my.
definitely ahead of its time when it comes to the patterning. So yeah. This is also once again a relatively short map, coming in at just under 2 minutes long. So yeah, we're gonna be in for a fast one, I think.
And no Elixir in here. We're gonna be seeing double hidden on the side of O slash, and once again hidden hard rock on RSI man.
Yep, that's right. The pretty standard, I believe this is just identical team comps, with the exception of Fuarin coming in. We do see some early misses from Fledrick and RSI man, which is going to make the score move in favor of O-Slash, but Fuarin does trade it up, albeit a bit late. The accuracy is really looking good on the side of O-Slash right now, just off the back of Yellow's incredible 99.5% at FC. And right now, we are 2 FCs to 2 with a few misses here and there. The supporting combo, the recovery combo from Fledrick, is giving XIAO Hong Shu that edge on this map, bringing that scoreline more and more in favor to the right side. And right now, it is 2 FCs to 2. Both players see the scores. I mean, it's still relatively close. So, I mean, if the nerves start to kick in for some of these players, we might see a miss. But right now, they are just looking consistent as ever.
Yeah, a little bit of a break section right now before we head into the last PI. A little bit of a build up right now. And Lenexia finds a break here. That's not gonna help with assisting the point back towards O-Slash.
Yeah, I definitely don't think so as well. And I mean, this is a very short map. We're already in the last quarter. And I think despite Good Girl and Sosodov's very, very strong scores on both the Normal and Hard Rock, it is just not going to be enough, especially with the recovery combos of Fledrick and RSI man. Fledrick does find a huge egg drop on the streams, however. Fledge is not that well known for their tapping ability, so it really seems to be hitting them here, but that section came way too late for it to matter whatsoever. and that's going to be another point to XIAO Hong Shu.
Yeah, Yellow unfortunately breaking at the ending, but we do see a double FC from XIAO Hong Shu to consolidate that breakpoint, and ultimately proving pretty strong on the low AR here, so it makes that hidden 2 ban much more reasonable, and the instant Hard Rock 2. The custom from Scub Domino, we will be seeing it here.
This is exciting. This is I mean, Scub is definitely very, very well known for making very unique maps. I mean, Meet the Griems is just one of them, but just in Scub's day-to-day, you know, classic Scub Domino fashion, this map is good. It's definitely an interesting one to say the least. And it is very difficult as well. I mean, I remember trying to get the replay on this, and I just could not get any sort of consistency on this map whatsoever.
Yeah, what was your score on this map? Because I'll tell you, my score was like 180k. Like,
I got 600k.
Oh my god.
I was not consistent on this whatsoever.
Yeah, I could not get 200k on this.
This map is
just so hard.
Incredibly brutal map.
Yeah, fortunately, I'm not playing in this tournament anymore, but these players unfortunately will have to play this. So
yeah, I'm really excited to see how especially players like Yellow and Garville will be playing on will perform on this map. Both of them are the premier hard rock specialists still left in the grand finals, and so yeah, definitely expecting some outstanding performances from both of them. But let's jump straight back into the action. It's gonna be suspended by Semfa, map by Scub Domino. Here we go.
Yep. The standard roster for O Slash, and looks like also the standard roster for XIAO Hong Shu as well.
Yep, some early misses here and there from XIAO Hong Shu. Definitely not what you want to see from Argulian and RSI Man. But it's still early days, you know, anything can happen. And definitely there's going to be a lot more room to break on this map.
Warren finding another miss here.
That's right.
It does give the lead to XIAO Hong Shu. Just based on accuracy right now.
Ooh, that
Yellow
miss from
as well.
That's gonna start piling up. That scoreline is already 30k and counting in favor of XIAO Hong Shu. Despite the accuracy as well, definitely not looking too great for O Slash right now off the back. I mean, Glaucia and RSI Man are doing extremely well with that 93% act, albeit sort of being offset by Ainkek, who does find a miss. But once again, Skividos being the only FC on the O Slash definitely does not do them any favors whatsoever. And that miss from Vatsme to trade up. But Argulian and RSI Man both find misses, does get traded by 4Rin as well. But now that scoreline is getting more and more precarious. In fact, I think it's gonna start shifting over slowly but surely. But oh, Yellow and Skividos with those two misses. And now it's just Glaucia's playhouse right now. I mean, 500 combo and counting. This man is just going to continue to hold and bring that score more and more in favor of XIAO Hong Shu.
500 combo and the accuracy. 94 compared to 87 being the highest on O Slash.
I mean, what can you even do, creep crafting? This is just absolutely astounding. As we get into the more tapping tilt section of the map, Glaucia finds a miss, and RSI Man is right behind them to back them up with that recovery score. This is probably the most difficult section, hence why, you know, we're seeing so many misses across the board. But, you know, RSI Man with the combo to boot, just gonna look to secure this point very comfortably for XIAO Hong Shu. And that is
no
going
one
to be the
able
map.
to hold through that ending second is so hard. Like, you would not believe, like, I'd say like A kick, like, considering his like probably like filling in right now. Like this is like still a good score. This map is just really hard.
Yeah, I definitely think so as well.
Into the more streamy bits. This is OD or not OD. This is CS 6.5 streams. You could probably call these space streams at this point. But
Yeah.
that's the end of this Hard Rock 1, and it's gonna be yet another breakpoint for XIAO Hong Shu.
I mean, XIAO HONG SHU is just on an absolute tear. Has been on an absolute tear this round. They are showing absolutely no mercy during this match.
560k on Garble alone. That is an insane score on this.
Yeah, what can you even do, bro?
I don't know how you even answered that. Like that's generally that's a crazy score.
This map is by no means easy whatsoever as well. But right now, I mean, Team Blue has just been so incredibly dominant this match. Even on the hard rocks which they have banned out, they are just absolutely showing dominance on O Slash right now. And I think it definitely makes sense for them to go into a protect just right about now. You know, get that consistent pick on the board.
We're gonna be going to the second ban phase, banning out DT1. So the DT aim pick. This is also the only, once again, the only map above AR10. And I don't know what the other ban was, but I think it was DT3 that was banned. It would make sense if it was DT3 banned. Yep. The speed finger control pick, or actually the stamina speed pick was banned. Oh. So DT3, DT1 bans from both teams, and XIAO Hong Shu onto their pick. And like you said, DT2 looking very good to just consolidate here and bring them on to 5-0.
That's right. I think XIAO Hong Shu just wants to look to ride the momentum train all the way to victory. I mean, what can you really do if you're on the side of O Slash? It's really unfortunate for them right now. XIAO Hong Shu is just leagues above the rest when it comes to their overall team balance, their consistency across the board.
Maybe a Nomad 6? Do you try to play into Nomad 6? That'd be that could be an interesting pick to go for next.
It could be an interesting outlet, but then again, it wouldn't. I think, given how they just lost the precision map from Hard Rock 2, definitely would think twice before going into that kind of pick.
Absolutely. And Nomad 3 being picked from XIAO Hong Shu. Gonna be Scorpion Hill. Map by Pishafat.
Alright, it's gonna be Scorpion Hill. I am so excited for this crew crafting. I don't know about you.
I'm very excited for this map.
I love Scorpion Hill. I am a number one
good.
pup stan. I'm a POP stan. And I'm so looking forward to this map. Yep, now we're really just waiting on the players to get into the lobby. Probably gonna see the alt specialists come in from XIAO Hong Shu. It's gonna be Flair and LSD, obviously. Gonna see Argilian as well, just being the carry across the board for them. But the question is who's gonna be their fourth. I could definitely see a lot of people coming in. Maybe we see Glaucia coming in for the number 3. Maybe we see Zerif. On the other hand, on the side of O Slash, it looks like we're gonna see Florin, That's Me, Good Go, and Skividos come in on the left side.
Is this where XIAO comes in for this first time? Yep, and
Yeah,
we are going to be
actually.
seeing XIAO. I haven't seen him since the warm-ups, so going to be making the first appearance in this match. Excuse me, they played the Nomad too. I I looked at it wrong. So they're gonna be
Wait,
playing
what?
on the Nomads again. This is from XIAO. As Nomad 3 begins here. It's gonna be your classic Nomad 3 alt pick. Lots of snap aim, a little bit of flow aim as well. And Warren and XIAO trading misses along with Argalian and YOLO. This 2 FCs to actually, looks like Skibby did find a miss in the beginning. And
Yeah,
finding another
misses
miss, and it's a full reset from O Slash.
Yeah, a lot of misses across the board. Meanwhile, LSC and Fladrake, as I mentioned before, the alt specialists, the control specialists of both teams are just looking to continue to hold on. And with very, very solid accuracy as well. Not quite the best in the lobby, that title goes to Foreign, Go and Argalian, but by far the best combo and the most scary scores in the lobby right now. There is still time for Ostash to make this comeback, however. I think it's definitely still possible. But Florin finding that miss going in right into the next KI definitely isn't going to make Ostash look too good. Well, meanwhile, LSC and Flare, I mean, what can you even do? Both of them are just so scary on this map.
Yeah,
And really,
Map
there's
speed
nothing they
is
can do.
I think doing pretty alright right now, holding that anchor score for O Slash, but it's just really hard to contest a double FC at the moment. As they cross towards the halfway point, XIAO finds a miss dead halfway, but that's not a score that you want to have dropped. You want to have one of the FCs fall.
That's right. As we are getting into the big jumps of the section, the slow section of the map. But I mean, slow definitely doesn't mean easier because look at how big these cross screens are. But yeah, definitely some time for nerves to build and these players to recuperate. I think at this point, I mean, LSC and Fladrake, they probably know they have this in the bag. But Vasmi is just waiting patiently for an opportunity to be given to them. But I don't even know even if this opportunity is given, Vasmi will necessarily be able to make the difference for this team because that scoreline has generated to almost a 500k score lead going into this last quarter. It's going to be very hard to make up this difference, and I think at this juncture, the only question is how far can XIAO Hong Shu take this lead? I mean, Flare and LSC are just going ham. What can you even do? LSC finally goes down. Flare is now the only one to hold left in the lobby. And as we get into the last eighth of the map, I mean, there is nothing more to be said. This point decisively goes in favor of XIAO Hong Shu. And yeah, that is going to be the map. And that is going to wrap up Scorpion Hill, No Mod 3.
Blasters coming in and Flare holding the FC.
What a score! That is insane. I mean, what can you even do? What do you even do? That score is just too dominant for Ostash to even put a T to it, I think.
890k with another 610k just on their side. Vapsby doing pretty well, holding the S rank with 400k. And an Ensa pick coming out, the Hidden 3.
This hidden 3 is surprisingly difficult. I think I struggled when I was trying to get a replay on it. I believe it is alt tech. I think that's the main skill set that it tests. A lot of funny flow, a lot of funky aim control patterns across the board.
Yeah,
Aoi and Cyclo, I mean, goated comp, goated duo, I think. So definitely a banger.
Yeah, this is your flow tech pick. The classic self map. I don't know, there's not really much to say about this. I think that's pretty self-explanatory.
That's right, I think we just have to wait and see for this. This is definitely a very complex map when it comes down to it. But yeah, at the end of the day, it is a standard, you know, alt tech hidden 3. Cyclo as an artist known for being very, very good at creating, you know, high tech maps of the high tech genre, songs of the high tech genre. Meanwhile, Aoi just very, very well known in the rhythm game circle as well. Very adaptable artists in their own right as well. And yeah, good luck, have fun for coming in chat, and we are jumping straight into the next pick.
Anyone who FCs gets banned.
That is so real. That is so.
Yeah.
I think that's how we should do screening for map 2.
Exactly. Put in a 6-star pool. Whoever FCs a map gets banned.
You just have them play the qualifiers pool, and anyone who FCs a map in qualifiers pool, I guess, just gets screened.
Okay, goodbye, Shaman.
GG Shavid.
GG Shaman. Anyways, Alexia coming in for this. Everyone finding breaks already. Wow. This intro is not easy.
Of this map. Yeah, this map is deceptively difficult. I mean, you look at the flow and it doesn't look too difficult, but when you're in the moment, not only is the aim control very demanding, but the reading element is surprisingly intense as well. And being able to be consistent on this map is no easy feat whatsoever.
Alright, this is my type of map. I need to play this.
I agree. I love Hidden 3. Put me in chat. Right now, Lunexia is doing a very good job putting out the carry performance that we've seen him been capable of doing in the past. I mean, the largest combo in the lobby is being matched by Flare Drake, however, but the rest of XIAO HONG SHU is not really doing a good job on this map. I mean, the score is definitely not looking too hot for them right now. The supporting combos practically looking extremely weak from them. But of course, there is still halfway through the map, and I think XIAO HONG SHU definitely need to lock in for this final section if they want to make this comeback. But a bunch of chain misses to boot for all 3 players other than Flare Drake across the board. And as we get into this slowing section, I mean, it is Lunexia versus Flare Drake right now. We need to see a miss from both Fuwarin and Lunexia if we want Flare Drake, or if you're on the side of Flare Drake right now, to make this comeback. But it just doesn't look like it's gonna happen. Lunexia finds that miss, but Fuwarin right there to defend, right there to back them up. Right after the miss, last quarter of the map. That scoreline is declining in favor of XIAO HONG SHU, but that's it. With that miss from Flare Drake, it is over. And that's gonna be the first point on the board for O/Slash.
If we're holding very well through these last flow sections, does find a miss, but holding almost 500k. Flare Drake doing well for XIAO HONG SHU, but was unfortunately not able to get enough support from his teammates here.
Yeah, that's right. LSC at the very end managing to get some combo on the board, but at the end of the day, the overall consistency from O/Slash was just too powerful. And a dominating victory from O/Slash. I mean, better late than never. What a performance. Very impressive. I think they are definitely looking to get their hit back into the game.
And now back onto XIAO HONG SHU's pick. Is this now the time to go into DT2? Right after O/Slash got their first point.
That's right. XIAO HONG SHU probably want to get a consistent last pick into their board. I mean, this is a potential last pick, so probably oh wait, no, they're in fact gonna go for Nova 5. Not gonna go for the DT map. That is interesting.
This is
He probably-
still a speed pick. A
that's
bit
right.
slower, but plays more into the finger control side. So definitely interesting to see this come out.
Yeah, I think XIAO HONG SHU probably want to save their DT picks for their last pick just in case O Slash are able to win the next pick, just to sort of, you know, really guarantee that they can seal the deal then and there. But yeah, this is definitely an interesting number 5. I mean, at the end of the day, it is your standard, your standard speed pick. But I mean, a Mirage map, so you already expect some very interesting patterns to come up. I just sent LSE a message telling him that he sucks at the game. So I think O-Slash will pick up the pace right now.
Alright, into Novod 5.
Yeah, this is the 230 BPM speed test, My Dearest Nightmare. I think this is a pretty well-known map. I've seen this pulled here and there in the tourney circle. So yeah, let's see how this map goes.
This is fighting in early mid, along with Argalian and Lenexia.
Reading in my speed map.
I know. These like, the overlaps are not easy. Like if you haven't played the map before. And ours are fighting a miss as well. On nothing.
Yeah, this is pretty rough. I mean, at the beginning of this map, we're getting into the more kick slidery section of the map. And right now, the lead is in favor of XIAO HONG SHU right now. Some misses from Argalian, traded up by Yellow. But it's really that accuracy that is playing heavily in favor of XIAO HONG SHU right now, giving them the early lead on the board. Garcia and XI are both doing very good jobs holding on to the FCB being matched by Lenexia, but in terms of accuracy, both of them sort of beat out Lenexia by a whole 3%, so that's looking very good for them, but misses all across the board on that field control section, and that's a complete lobby reset. Holy.
Yeah, that 200k AM building is really going to start to become very difficult to bring back during that entire lobby reset, and no combo on O-Slash at all.
So a miss from XI is not gonna look too good, but then again, that score lead is already so large, and not to mention the accuracy is just gonna making any sort of comeback that much harder for O-Slash.
Acid Spinner into the second half here. Lexia finding a little bit of shakes here. And does break, but X-Like and RSI Man do also find breaks. Now it's potentially a window of opportunity.
Garcia and Argalian, however, both looking so incredibly strong on this map. Not to mention, Garcia, the largest score in the lobby by a long shot, does find a miss, but that doesn't detract from just how much damage he has done to the scoreboard right now. And I mean, what can you even do on the side of O-Slash at this juncture? You see the scoreline and you know Argalian is still holding. You don't even have the benefit of just equalizing. And I think it's really just a done deal at this point.
Yeah, as we enter the last section, we are going to be seeing some combos being built up here. And here we go, right into the last section. More of the same finger control patterns. Garvel does find the first miss. Was holding the S rank up until then. Unfortunately was not able to close out the S rank. And O-Slash was holding some decent combo until that section came up.
Yeah, that's right. As the map has come to an end, another decisive victory for XIAO HONG SHU on the speed pick. Definitely understandable why they wanted to go into this, and really this map is just asserting their dominance on on raw speed overall. Very solid performance.
Yeah, and once again, Argalian, Garville, both of them holding almost over 400k on this. These maps are absolutely brutal. And instant pick into hidden one.
I mean, it is as good as a time as ever to just go for, to stick with your guns, go for what you know you can, what you know that you can fill a roster on. I believe the overlay is, I believe the overlay is bugged. Yeah, hopefully that gets fixed very quickly. Thank you so much. But yeah, we are gonna see the hidden one come out. I believe this is a Mirage hidden one. A surprisingly large amount of flow can be found in this map. A lot of these patterns are very easy to hit this on, especially with hidden. Definitely gonna test your aim, gonna put your aim agility to the test. There are some sections where there are like 1-2s that go straight into more 1-2s and just overall zigzags here and there. They are very trippy and easy to shit miss on. Yeah, I'm very excited to see how this pick plays out. I think the added element of hidden will be very interesting for these players. It's gonna really put your consistency on hidden to the test.
Elixir making a return since that Nomad 2 on this hidden pick.
I think not gonna see the next set in for this map.
Yeah, it is surprising because this Linuxia is a mechanics-oriented player, and also hidden preference, but it does make sense if you're not as comfortable compared to Nomad. But we are gonna be seeing plenty of breaks across the board. Just a 1v1 right now. As the intro continues on, both teams are going to be building up their combo.
We're already seeing a bunch of these slow aim patterns start to come in. And it's good to see that, the comfort is just not really there from a bunch of these players. And understandably so, a lot of these bursts into snap patterns are very rough. And Argalian finding that miss is going to make the score look more interesting. In fact, I think that's going to make the score shift over to the left side. Flair being the only one that's sort of holding it together. Huarin is on another level on this map, it seems. On another level of comfort. Because where everybody is finding shit misses here and there, he's just holding with that solid accuracy. Finally goes down. And with that, Flair Drake is now the one in the lobby to hold, looking to bring that score more and more in favor of XIAO HONG SHU. Really give them that buffer before they go down.
Yeah, Vapsme and Aaron is holding some combo right now. Flair does find a miss, so all the combo now on Aaron and Fuarin, who has recovered to a decent combo, does find another miss. X finding a massive chain miss there.
Yeah, I mean, but that said, it is still very close. You have Auronium Chloride, very solid 300 combo versus Argalian and Zerish, solid recovery. So I think right now, if nothing changes, if we get through this slow section with no hiccups whatsoever, we'll probably see the scoreline move in favor of O/, but we are jumping straight into the KI. Map gives you absolutely no time to rest. Back to these, micro adjustments, these very small but quick aim agility jumps for these players to deal with. Argalian and Flair Drake is just beating out Auronium Chloride's 400, going to 500 combo, and with Auronium Chloride trading it up with Argalian, it's just back to Flair Drake to carry on this map.
Only one holding combo so far in this lobby, and doing so very well for his team. 370 combo. as we are having a little bit of banter moment right now. So
Yeah, this is a bit rough, but hopefully we should be back. Yep, there we go. And yeah, we're getting into the last third of the map. There's no one in the lobby even close to contesting the combo that Flair is putting out right now. And I mean, it just goes to show just how insane they are. Not just as, you know, an aim player, but as a hidden player as well. Finally goes down, but that damage to the scoreline is significant. We've seen his score lead in this match just be at a measly 20k for the entirety of the map until that last KI. We're going into the last quarter of the map and time is really running out for O-Slash, not to mention the fact that they don't have any combos on the board whatsoever to even think about making a comeback just yet.
yeah, 100k with this little time and minimal combo, right? That's a start from Ernim, Chloride, and Florin. But you really need to hold this for the rest of the map.
Yeah, and really, there's just... I don't even know if there's gonna be enough map density at the end for a comeback to be had. And this ending section, I mean... a bit of a, you know, slow section at the end, but we're getting into the hardest section of the map, and I really don't think anybody is gonna be able to hold any sort of consistent combo in this final section. Yep, that miss from Florin really just seals the deal. And ladies and gentlemen, XIAO Hong Shu will be advancing to the winner side grand finals. The contest against Fishing Girlfriend for the crown. And I believe we'll be seeing that match next week. But that said, XIAO Hong Shu coming in from the losers bracket. Very, very dominant victory. Definitely feeling the momentum, feeling the hype, and feeling the energy. The contest for that #1 placement next week. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been the Mapping Appreciation Project. Thank you all so much for watching. Huge shoutouts to everybody involved in this match. We have, of course, Colin being our lovely ref for this match, alongside Maijo Mumi or Ninja Majesta for being the streamer, as well as I can't forget my lovely co-cast Creep Crafting. Thank you for joining me for this match.
Yeah, thanks for having me on commentary for this. It was a very exciting match, and yeah, hope to see y'all next week in the grand finals. That's gonna be very exciting.
I think
And
that is going to be the match to watch, definitely. Two of the strongest teams, and I think really the question is, will Fishing Girlfriend be able to topple the monolith that is XIAO Hong Shu? Well, I guess we'll just have to wait and see. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you all so much for watching. This has been the Mapping Appreciation Project. My name is Gammy Crayola. His name was Creep Crafting, and we'll see you in the next stream next week. Goodbye.